It's 6 p.m. in Jerusalem. The last municipal offices clock off. Nearly every door is now closed. The alleyways of the old city are no longer crowded with locals, tourists, and pilgrims. The first souvenir shops are closing. Greengrocers and butchers are still waiting for customers. The temperature's around 12 degrees. At his salon, Musa Kawazmi transforms beautiful women into beautiful brides. Service begins for Reverend Michael Volrab. Moran Mizrahi is waiting for her daughter's father. They're separated. The old city of Jerusalem is in the east. According to the United Nations, it belongs to the Palestinian territories. For Israel, it's part of its own capital. It's divided into 4 parts: a Jewish quarter, a Muslim quarter, a Christian quarter, and an Armenian quarter. The holy sites of 3 world religions are crammed into one small space: the Jewish Wailing Wall, the Muslim Al-Aqsa Mosque, the Christian Holy Sepulchre. Each religion claims a space for itself, yet there's only one Jerusalem.
אני חושב שגם אני יודע איפה נראה, הוא הראה לי אותו, אותו בחור שהיה אצל ממש,
For Israelis, the Ben Gurion airport between Tel Aviv and Jerusalem is their gateway to the world. They can't travel through the surrounding Arab states by land, they can only go by ship or by plane. Yisrael Campbell has clocked up around 12,000 kilometers on planes, from Los Angeles via Canada, Greenland, and Eastern Europe into the Near East. He's being picked up.
طب بسرعة كافيه كافيه You heard about this? Yeah, you heard it?
At home, his wife and 4 children are waiting for him, and in the evening, he'll perform at a theater. He's an ultra-Orthodox comedian and has just performed in the US.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
And what's your name?
Yisrael Campbell.
Yisrael Campbell. I'm Sarah Zucker. Pleasure to meet you. I have a son that lives in Israel.
Oh, nice.
In Jerusalem with my 5 grandchildren. So I'm going to visit.
So you're here to see the grandkids. So, nice to meet you.
Nice, a pleasure.
Okay, Zell, let's go.
Women visit Musa Kawazmi's salon to have their hair done and to talk.
تعالي الله يكسر جاهك نحكي تعالي أحلى أم الخل بالعالم وين تجوزتي أنت؟
أنا والله اتجوزت في الزبادي.
مش بالقدس.
لا جينا شهر العسل على فندق الحمراء.
على الأحمر على الحمراء. سوري.
مسارة في الدار ليلة العرس وثاني يوم.
إمتى قال لك بحبك أبو خليل أول مرة؟ كانوا يقولوا بحبك.
كلام طويل احنا 2 قبل ما خطبنا.
حبيتوا بعض؟
خليل معلوم.
مقواكي.
خطبنا سنة كمان.
أخرى.
كان
حبيتوا بعض
حبا شريفا. هذول كانوا حبا شريفا.
والله؟
مش زي الحب هالايام
مش
هذا.
الأيام زي الأيام.
كلمة بفرق.
والله بوسي ما صح له حزين.
ولا هلا؟ والله ما باسك قبل العرس.
احنا خاطبين وحياة الله.
ولك ما حدا كان يبوس حدا قبل العرس الله يقطعك.
أي طب استني شوي يعني.
الله لا.
ولا بوسة؟
ولا شيء.
كان عندهم إذا وحدة مالت هيك يقولوا هذا فضيحة يعني.
لا زمان كانوا يفكروا إنه الواحدة إذا بتنباس تحبل.
صح.
طب في ايامكم كان فرنش كيس خليل ولا كان
الله يقطعك بقول له البوس يا حاجي لا
فرنش
بقول
كيس.
له فرنش كيس
لا ولا فرنش ولا بنقول لك عربي ما كانش.
عربي كيس في الشيء؟
ليش؟
كسلك وقت كسلك وقت.
صغير وقت.
طب انت باسك جوزك قبل ما تتجوزيه؟ على راسك محمد بحياة ربك تعالي.
والله كنا والله غرشة.
باسك الله يسهل عليها. انا امي انا يا خليل امي كانت تفيق الصبح تلاقي حالها حامل بتعرفش وين 10 ما شاء الله
من روح القدس.
10 ابوي جاب
ممكن جاب ممكن جاب.
اللي هو انا حاوش
شو عم بصير؟
بالعكس الحكي بيطلع كمان حلو. بيطلع الحكي بالتصوير.
طب انت حكيت شيء منيح لك ما بسكش الله يرحمه.
ما حكيتش شيء نطيحه، شو اللي حكيت اياه؟ ابو خليل بقبله.
Michael Volrab will baptize the daughter of Carolina and Roland Friedrich. They both work for non-governmental organizations in Ramallah. They chose the Church of the Assumption of Mary. It was built before World War I, financed by German donations. The plot was donated by the German Emperor.
Wir sind hier versammelt im Namen des Vaters und des Sohnes und des Heiligen Geistes. Amen. Liebe Caroline, lieber Roland, liebe Freunde und Verwandte, liebe Taufgemeinde, heute steht ein kleines Mädchen im Mittelpunkt, das Gott in seinen Bund mit uns Menschen aufnehmen will. Ein neugieriges und willensstarkes Mädchen, die ich ganz besonders begrüße. A warm welcome also to all of you who do not understand German. Most of the service will be in German, unfortunately. It's a German Lutheran church in which you are right now. But I hope, nevertheless, that this will be a touching and great moment for all of us.
Gary. Hey, how are you? So I'm in the car coming back to the city. Right, I think it's gonna really be a 9:30 show. But this being Israel, I don't think anyone expects it to be anything but a 9:15 show. So we'll only be running 15 minutes late. Okay, great. I realized, I went to the bathroom in Ben Gurion and the urinals from Villeroy and Bosch, you know, which is where our wedding plates are from. And I always think that they should tell you when you buy your wedding registry that they have a urinal division, you know what I mean? All right. Yeah, I always think of it when I see the urinal, and I always forget to say it when I'm in a show. So hopefully I'll remember. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.
Nobody counts the number of Christians who make a pilgrimage to the Holy Sepulchre every year, where Jesus Christ was buried and rose from the dead. On the roof of the Holy Sepulchre in the monastery, Ethiopian Orthodox Christians celebrate Mass. There was no space for them in the church below.
Our church, Saint Michael.
Moran Mizrahi's daughter has two homes, one at her father's, one at her mother's. Changing between the two is rarely easy.
يا أميرة يا بنت الأمراء طارق وشعرة.
Gesegnet seist du, Herr unser Gott. Du hast Israel aus Ägypten befreit und es durch den Dienst von Mose, Miriam und Aaron über den Jordan ins gelobte Land geführt.
אחי, תעזבי שנייה את הגיטרה. אפשר שנייה לסיים לדבר על מה שדיברנו קודם?
מה?
שמעת לי שאין לך כוח לנסוע לאבא וכל מיני דברים כאלה.
כן.
אז אני רוצה להגיד לך משהו, ואני אגיד לך את זה הכי אמיתי שיכול להיות, בסדר?
אוקיי.
לך יש חיים מורכבים. יש לך שני בתים. יש לך בית של אמא ויש לך בית של אבא. זה לא את בחרת, זה אנחנו בחרנו בשבילך, אני יודעת. אבל, עם כל החסרונות שיש בזה, יש בזה גם, את מקשיבה לי? המון 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 יתרונות. כי יש לך שני בתים, אצל שני הורים, ששניהם מאוד מאוד אוהבים אותך, ושני חדרים, וכפול משחקים, נכון? ואת יכולה להיות גם פה וגם שם, נכון? זה הכי מעניין שיכול להיות. וגם שני ההורים שלך מאוד מאוד אוהבים אותך, וגם את אוהבת מאוד את שני ההורים שלך, ואת אוהבת להיות גם בבית הזה וגם בבית הזה, נכון? אז תחשבי איזה ברת מזל את. ואני מבינה שלפעמים לא מתחשק לך, ולפעמים לא שואלים אותך. אבל ככה זה. גם ילדים אחרים לא שואלים אותם הרבה דברים. בלי שיש להם שני בתים. בסדר?
So I was born, my mom's Italian-American, and my father was Irish. Born and raised Catholic, Christopher Campbell. And then when I was about 30, I converted to Judaism. And in Los Angeles, this was all in Los Angeles, and I did the conservative conversion. And I started using Yisrael. I took Yisrael as a Hebrew name at the first conversion. And the rabbi said, like, he was this great Reform rabbi. He wasn't religious like I would call someone religious now, but he was, you know, Jewish, spiritual, and Jewish. And he said to me, I said, well, when am I going to use Yisrael? And he said, you know, when you get called to the Torah, any religious event. And he said, if you ever go to Israel, he said, Israelis won't be able to say Chris. And I thought he meant somehow they physically wouldn't be able to say Chris. But I think what he meant is they couldn't get their mind around someone that looks like this being called Chris. And from the first day I was here, people would say, Chris? Lo, zelund. Ifsha. Like, I'd still be shaking their hand and they'd be telling me, you cannot be Chris. You're not Chris.
Als die Zeit erfüllt war, sandte Gott seinen Gesalbten. Er hat den Weg gebahnt und ruft uns, ihm zu folgen. In Freude haben Apostel, Evangelisten, Hirten und Lehrer, Männer und Frauen bezeugt, Jesus Christus ist der Weg, die Wahrheit und das Leben.
The Protestant community in Jerusalem has only 200 members. They can celebrate service in two large churches, the Church of the Redeemer in the Old City and the Church of the Assumption of Mary. Both churches are rarely full, and the number of Christians in the city has been falling for years. It's Arab Christians in particular that leave town because they're often caught in the middle.
אני רוצה להישאר פה, ואני רוצה לפי התכנון של כל שבוע.
אחינוני, לפעמים התכנונים משתנים, לא תמיד הכל נשאר אותו דבר.
לא, אני לא רוצה, כי בשבועות האחרונים הכל משתנה.
אני אגיד לך למה.
בגלל יום העצמאות.
בגלל שהיו הרבה חגים, נכון. היו הרבה חגים, היה פסח, ואז היה יום העצמאות.
זה לא עובר, אני לא רוצה.
אחינוני, אנחנו מסדרים את זה הכי פייר שאפשר, באמת.
אתם מסדרים את זה הכי לא פייר שאפשר.
אנחנו לא כל הזמן משנים, וזה לא נכון.
כן. שבוע שעבר שיניתם, שבוע אתם משנים.
אחינם, זה מה שיצא. זה מה שיצא.
שעבר שיניתם.
אחינם, לפעמים גם אנחנו לא יכולים.
וגם שבוע שלאחר מכן שיניתם.
לפעמים גם אנחנו לא יכולים, וזה בסדר.
אבל...
ואת מתנהגת כאילו את סובלת אצל אבא, וזה לא לעניין.
לא, אני לא סובלת אצלו, זה פשוט לא פייר.
אז למה את בוכה?
כי זה לא פייר.
אני אגיד פעם אחרונה, היו חגים, וזה גם חלק...
היו חגים זה לא תשובה.
זה גם חלק מהדברים שקורים, אבל...
בשבילי היו חגים זה לא תשובה.
אז אולי זה לא תשובה בשבילך, אבל זה כן תשובה בשבילנו, ולפעמים גם אנחנו משנים את הסדר, כי גם אנחנו יש לנו מגבלות.
תגידי משהו אחר חוץ מההיה חגים.
ולפעמים לאבא יש ישיבה, ולפעמים לי יש צילומים, ולפעמים יש כל מיני דברים.
אבל...
אז אני צריך להתגמש. די, אחינם, די, מספיק. מספיק.
את אמרת שזה לא יקרה עוד.
הנה, אבא הוא בטלפון.
וזה כן קורה עוד.
גולי, מה קורה? אוקיי, אתה עולה? אתה לא צריך זה, אתה יכול גם באדום לבן. אתה מעדיף שאני אוריד אותה? טוב, שנייה. רגע. ביי. אחינועם, אבא למטה.
לא רוצה ללכת.
אחינועם, אבא למטה.
לא אכפת לי.
אני לא רוצה, בבקשה, אל תגרמי לי לעשות את זה בכוח, זה לא נעים לי ואני מרגישה לא נעים עם זה.
תעשי את זה בכוח. לא אכפת לי.
Esther Schimberg is looking for a man destined to be her husband. She has an appointment with a marriage broker.
שלום, שלום. בואי תכנסי. נעים מאוד.
נירה? כן. שלום, אסתר.
Ayelet Finkelstein is teaching women to pole dance. Her studio is in the west, in the center of town. Her target clientele are women searching for beauty in movement.
allen Mächten, Gedanken und Kräften, die uns von Gott trennen wollen.
Okay, Esther, знаете русский язык?
Да.
Иврит как?
בסדר, מסתדרת.
Ну, ברוך השם. יפה מאוד, יפה מאוד. сколько лет?
28.
28. ברוך השם. כמה שנים בתשובה?
10.
10 שנים. מעולה. במקרה גם יש לי שידוך בשבילך.
באמת?
כן.
אוקיי.
ברצינות. בחור שגם עלה משם. מאיזה עיר הגעת לארץ?
ברלין.
מברלין?
כן.
ומאיפה הרוסית?
אני נולדתי בברלין.
והרוסית למדת?
למדתי, לא, ההורים שלי, כן, אני מדברת רוסית כהורים שלי. כן, הם מרוסיה, אוקראינה ומולדביה.
הבנתי אותך.
כן.
אוקיי, אני אשאל אותך מספר שאלות.
אוקיי.
את אני אמלא את הטופס. מה שם המשפחה?
שימברג.
איפה את גרה?
בירושלים.
איפה?
נחלות, ניסים וחר.
בת כמה את?
28.
תאריך מדויק, 28?
כן.
כן. רווקה, לא היית נשואה?
כן.
Ailette was born in Jerusalem but grew up in Los Angeles in the US. Her father is a rabbi. Her next client is waiting at the door.
But you don't have a pole in your house.
I do not. Everyone keeps asking me to get one. I do not have enough space, and I don't want one anyways. There's actually a bar in town that has a pole in the middle of their dance floor or something.
Did you ever try it?
I haven't been there. My brother tells me. He tried it. He said, damn, that's hard.
It's a very international city, I suppose.
Yeah, very much so. I barely know any Israelis. It's very possible to live here your whole life, never speak Hebrew, and get by with the 5 basic words, and never be close with anyone who's Israeli. There's so many people from all over. It's actually a challenge. Everyone I know is American or Canadian and speaks English, so it's a real challenge to meet and become friends with Israelis and to learn the language and to be absorbed in the culture, because there's so many people here. It's easy to avoid, and something that's difficult to do, like learn a new language.
How are you?
How are you? I'm good. I'm so excited to see your studio.
I know. Oh my gosh.
What happened?
To come to Israel as a Jew is easy. To become a Jew as a Catholic isn't. Yisrael Campbell made his first steps in the US.
And then when I came to Israel in 2000, I realized again, I could make Aliyah as a conservative or reform convert, but I couldn't get married here. I couldn't die here. That's not true. They'll let you die. They just won't bury you. But you know what I mean. The religious affairs ministry didn't think I was Jewish, and Mizrach Panim did.
Was circumcised 3 times?
Right. Hence the. So I was, technically speaking, I was circumcised at birth. But when you do a conversion, they have a chatufat dam brit. They draw blood. So that was done twice more. Really? So that's 3. Yeah.
It's not a joke?
No. They draw blood. They stick a knife or a razor to the place of circumcision. The head of your penis, they draw blood. It's because my circumcision when I was a baby was a medical procedure. Circumcision, Brit Milah, is a brit. It's a covenant between God and Abraham. So if you had a medical procedure, that's a medical procedure. This is a religious covenant. And of course, why the second time? Because they don't trust that the first people did it right. Hence the show is Circumcise Me.
Wow.
Liebe Caroline, lieber Roland, indem ihr Helena zur Taufe bringt, übernehmt ihr die Verantwortung, dass sie einmal erfährt, was ihre Taufe bedeutet. Wollt ihr nach bestem Vermögen Helena vom christlichen Glauben erzählen? So antwortet ja mit Gottes Hilfe.
Ja, mit Gottes Hilfe.
Gott stärke euch für diese Aufgabe. Helena, ich taufe dich im Namen des Vaters und des Sohnes und des Heiligen Geistes. Erbe der Gott des Friedens, heilige dich durch und bewahre deinen Geist samt Leib und Seele unversehrt, untadelig für die Ankunft unseres Herrn Jesus Christus. Treu ist er, der dich ruft, er wird's auch tun.
בואי, אהבה שלי, אל תבכי, אהבה שלי, בואי.
Du bist gesalbt, du bist geheiligt. Im Namen des Vaters und des Sohnes und des Heiligen Geistes.
אחי, תביא לי נשיקה יפה שלי. בבקשה.
Внутри он хочет, באמת хочет выйти замужем.
Вот это самый правильный вопрос. Насколько человек хочет? Если он хочет, он добьется.
Да.
אז עוד מאוד חשוב לך, או בחור שיהיה, שאני אכיר לך אותו. הדברים הכי חשובים. תנסי ככה לחשוב ולמקד.
חשוב לי מאוד שיש לו לב טוב. טוב מאוד מאוד מאוד. והוא חכם. ונראה טוב.
מה זה נראה טוב?
נראה טוב זה נראה טוב, נחמד. איך להסביר? Ну хорошо, увидите, если у вас есть харгаша, что это матими, это чуть-чуть, вы можете там подкрутить, но не страшно. Самое важное вот это, что я просила, чтобы был умный, хороший. Вот эти вещи, это важно. Потом возраст или откуда.
Есть еще один парень, 38 лет, русскоговорящий, интеллигентный, такой, знаешь, европейский. Он бачува уже 4 года. Я тебе посоветовала, вот 34 года это мало.
Да.
Ты должна больше взять себе.
Я это люди, когда они не были замужем уже в таком возрасте, там что-то, знаете, что я имею в виду, иногда есть.
Может быть, да. Но о тебе то же самое они говорят. Почему она до сих пор замуж не вышла?
היי. בובי, מה נשמע? נרגעת? יופי. אני אוהבת אותך, אחינועם. תעשו חיים ואני אראה אותך מחר, אנחנו ניסע ויהיה לנו נורא כיף. נשיקות וחיבוקים ואהבה גדולה. ביי, אהובה שלי.
It's 6:30 p.m. in Jerusalem. Markets and shops are still open. People are shopping for dinner. Pots are taken from shelves, oil poured into pans, vegetables chopped. Families sit around the dinner table, singles meet at the restaurants, and pilgrims still visit holy sites. The temperature is around 12 degrees. Ruth Bach and Maribel Victorio are taking a taxi to visit a friend of Ruth's. Esther Schimberg and the marriage broker still have a lot to talk about. Constanze Klatt sets the table for dinner in a small family circle. In 1948, nearly 100,000 people lived in the Arab East and the Jewish West of the city. In 1967, the East was occupied by Israel. Today, the number of inhabitants has risen to 800,000, and everyone needs a flat. For Israelis, new settlements are built in the eastern part of town as well. In Arab quarters, radical Jewish settlers take over houses. Their aim is to colonize entire districts. stream of pilgrims at the Holy Sepulchre is nowhere near running dry. Christians come from all over the world to be close to the place where Jesus Christ died. Back then, Calvary was a rock in front of the gates of the city. An altar was built above this rock. Those who approach the city from the north, from Nablus or Ramallah, have to pass the Kalandia checkpoint at the entrance to the city. In the queues in front, traders have their customers cornered. During riots, the watchtowers are the targets for Molotov cocktails thrown by Arab youth. On the other side of the wall, in Jerusalem, in the Arab district Bet Hanina, Terry Bulata lives with her two daughters. She's the headmistress of a school. Her husband died. The children are waiting for dinner.
What are you doing now?
I am preparing the cauliflower to make maklube, which means upside down, the dish. And it's a famous Palestinian dish. Sometimes you can make it with cauliflower, sometimes with eggplants, sometimes with carrots and potatoes, any kind of vegetable. But my daughters like it with the cauliflower, so I like to do it for them as they wish. The mother becomes the dream maker of her girls, even with food. Many times, like any other working mother, I prepare some parts of my dish the day before, especially the meat. If the meat is well boiled, then your life is easier.
Do you cook every day?
No, I try like any other working mother to have a dish ready for 2 days. But sometimes the girls are hungry, they eat the whole dish on the same day. And then, you're obliged to cook the second day.
The Mahmoud family gathers around one table as often as possible. The oldest son, Shemel, studied architecture in Barcelona, where he married his German wife, Constanze. His parents have spent their entire lives in Jerusalem.
Being in big family is not easy. Even small family is not easy. Imagine we are 9, 7 and 2. The last 3, I didn't really was there with them. But the first ones, yes. And being the eldest, always expecting you more things. So, Ahmad, the one there, always made the problems. Each mistake he did, I got punished also for it. So I should sit in secret together with them and solve the problem. So it's like this. There's nice things in it, like these moments, but they are very small ones, short ones. Fighting daily. Clothes. We used to fight about shirts, t-shirts, so much.
And apart taking care of their food, what else you take care of the girls?
You know, as a mother, like any mother in the world, I need to take care of every detail for the girl. I need to do the laundry. I need to make sure that they are studying, that the house is clean. I need to buy them their clothes.
If they were boys, you would do the same?
Yes. And girls and boys nowadays are the same. Girls have boyfriends and boys have girlfriends. And when you have teenage girls, you have to keep your eyes wide open to make sure that they don't mess up their life.
What it would be for you to mess up their life like?
Not to be studying and just think about hormones. Boys, 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 boys. Now, with the mobile, it's silent. It doesn't disturb anybody. It's personal. Then the girls and the boys are having their freedom to extend, you know, the exchange of messages and phone calls up till 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. You sleep and your children are still messaging. And so you need to make sure that the children have rules in the house and that they respect those rules.
Nice weather now.
Yes, lovely. I'm so glad.
Yes, as they say.
After this morning, this is pleasant change altogether.
Right?
So now going to get in and ring the bell.
Ruth Bach is 90 years old. To manage everyday life, she has hired Maribel Victorio, a care worker from the Philippines. Maribel lives with her, taking care of her 5 days a week, around the clock. Ruth is not the only senior citizen in Israel with Filipino help.
Hello, Mary Lou. Hi. Look who's here. Esther.
Hi, Esther. How are you?
I brought Maribel.
You look
Wait,
nice.
I just... Oh, beautiful weather we bring you. Hello, darling. So glad to see you. You look lovely too, as always.
You look lovely too.
Yeah, you love everybody, that we know.
You may want some coffee or tea?
I
You want some coffee or tea? Ruth, what do you want? Coffee or tea?
I think I'll have tea.
Yes, tea.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, but what do you want, Ima?
Maybe I have tea.
Manal, okay, come here. Imad is the second one, then Baha. We are being the three musketeers.
С чем? Еще раз не поняла.
Вот эта модернизация, кола феминизм и кола сильная проблема.
Дело проблема. хорошо, если я
Мы
узнаю
должны,
больше.
если все кончится, мы должны встретиться
Да.
и посидеть и зайти и проверить. Ты должна сейчас один проверять, это еще 2 часа возьмет.
Да, конечно, я понимаю. Хорошо. Но надо знать, что интеллигентный, но он должен быть эмоциональный.
Конечно.
Но он не такой интеллектуальный.
Но чтобы ты знала своего мужчину, ты его строишь.
Да.
Вот это самое главное, чтобы ты знала. Вот в каждой фантазии у нас у людей здесь есть первые мозги, есть здесь маленькие мозги тоже, тата-муда называется. Вот именно там у нас сидит какой-то мужчина, у тебя есть он в голове. Окей? Вот ты должна выйти замуж и сделать его таким. Это твоя шка. Бораулам сказал, что ты должна на шкину.
Not far from the wall, in the Arab district of Aisawiya, lies the property of the Mahmoud family. People are living in cramped conditions in Aisawiya. The number of residents is rising, but the number of building plots fails to do so. Shamel has designed a house for his brother on his own land.
ليش هيك يا بابا؟ أنا مش عارف كل هذا الشغل. اسمع، هذا الفتحة، هذا تظبيط شايف؟ هذا تظبيط، ما ينفعش تضلها هيك. هاي تعال شوف هاي.
شوف بدك افتحها.
لا ما افتحش، سكر. This is a typical Arab house with a patio inside. By the way, the concept of this house, it comes from this. Because originally, people used to build a house and made walls front of it. And women should keep inside this place. They should not go out of the yard. Then with the time, this is the history of architecture in the Islamic world. With the time, they start to build around this court. They grow up and becomes a patio, okay? There are some houses that have been built especially for this. So this is the idea of the patio in the house. And since I know also the future of this village, how it will become a kasbah, a chaotic, a totally disaster, so I create this place thinking that one day the buildings will arrive here and you will not have any privacy. So your own place is looking to the sky, because I call the patio a window to the sky, not to any place else.
You might want some
Thank you.
muffin? You.
All right. You have also watermelon there.
Yes, I see. It looks so lovely
Mango prepares a lot.
as usual.
How long is Mary Lou with you?
7 years. Wonderful, wonderful relationship. Sent from heaven.
She calls you mommy.
Ima.
Ima. I mean the Hebrew folk.
תודה רבה. אוקיי, תודה.
שמחתי להכיר אותי. הלוואי שנצליח.
הלוואי, הלוואי, כן, כן.
Teddy Bulata is a Palestinian with Christian roots. Her husband was a Muslim, and it's the father's religion that determines that of the children. In Mahaneh Yehuda, the market in the west, the first shops are closing. Others are open until 9 p.m. Then, the market transforms into a quarter of restaurants, bars, and night cafes.
We met when I started to play bridge. She was an old-timer. At the age of 8, she already was watching her parents play bridge. That I remember.
יופי, אוקיי. תודה. תודה.
Esther, wie war das Treffen jetzt für dich beim Matchmaker?
Es war okay. Es war okay. Noch Nicht voraussehbar, muss man Resultat dann, nach dem Resultat urteilen.
Ist es schwierig für dich? Man muss ja sehr viel Privates von sich geben, erstmal einer fremden Person.
Ich persönlich finde das sehr schwer, ja. Und es ist nicht meine liebste oder Nummer 1 Wahl, aber es gehört dazu und dann macht man es eben.
А как ваш прогноз? Когда Эстер будет жена?
Замуж Эстер?
Да.
Я думаю, что если она 2-3 раза со мной посидит, я думаю, она уже по-другому будет думать. Я выдала замуж девочку 2 года тому назад, она вышла 200 парнями. Она пришла, плакала здесь. И слава богу, она уже мама. Барух Ашем.
А сколько лет вы уже женились?
Я? Ого. 40 лет.
لبن معناته بكره فيش زيارة عند تاتا. أنا بحكي عندك امتحان جغرافيا وانت بدك تطلعي لسه عند ستك بكره ليش؟
حاول اشوف شو في بالسوق.
ليش؟ شو كنت تشتغل؟ عشان ايستر؟
ولا يعني
انتوا طالعين واكلين نازلين واكلين؟ على رمضان بنشتري اواعي وعلى ايستر بنشتري اواعي وعلى كريسماس اواعي وعلى
كله فضلك
الاضحى.
يا أمه.
ياسمين برضه
فضل
العريس من دين ثالث كمان فضل عيط في الصلاة.
هذا اللي ضل دين ثالث عشان هأمت راسي.
شو
جيبوا لي من بوذيين هندوسيين.
خاصة بس هيك مدبر.
جيبوا لي حدا بلدين زيي.
When Shemel was a little boy, Aisawiya was a small village at the fringes of Jerusalem, surrounded by olive trees and fields. But meter by meter, the city sprawls outwards into the landscape.
بدها مية أكيد هذا ما هو بحب المية. These olive trees belong to the family from ages, and they were here up there. Recently we transferred them here because one day they will build another house there. And since I am in this process seeing what will be, as they damage the olives that been there, like 400 or 500 years old, such an olive like this, it's even more than 400 years old. They just took them off and they didn't transplant them because they didn't have time to transplant them. This is the process of this country. They just make things in rush and rush and rush and without seeing what would happen. And it's sad because nobody cares. It's their history. Palestinians and olives are so connected. It's their lives. And what they did with thousands of olives in this village, garbage. But they cry that the settlers transplant olive trees. You see it in the news that settlers go and cut. Care for your olives. In Jerusalem, it's so sad, the situation. It's so sad. Okay. That's it. No?
Many old people live alone in the West. Carers from Poland or Thailand, but mainly from the Philippines, come to Israel and are hired to look after them.
How is your life in Jerusalem?
Well, it's okay. We have good work. It's simple because we are 24/7. We're live-in, but we have a day off. Yeah, we do also have Filipino communities here, so it's not really bad. Yeah.
And we get used to the weather, to the people, and it's very nice.
So, how are the conditions of your contracts?
We have a limit here. We're not unlimited stay in Israel. We are only allowed 5 years and 3 months, a maximum.
It's a new law, no?
Yeah, it's a new law. And if you're not lucky with your employer after 5 years and 3 months, you have to go home in the Philippines. You can't find another employer after that. So that's the law of Israel. So.
I thought you can stay here until your employee is living.
Yeah, if that's the last visa. If you are here more than 5 years, you have, like us, we're here more than 5 years. So as long as the two of them are living, we can stay. But after that, it's finished. We have to go home in the Philippines. We can't continue working in Israel anymore. Yeah.
So then I guess you try to be very good to them because
of course. yes, that's what they call the last card. So we have to be the aces of the cards.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
And if you now meet a nice young man here in Israel.
She has a very nice man. Yeah.
And could you raise a family with him here?
We can't, even though we want. We are not allowed to. If it's an Israeli man, maybe she will. She can stay or live in Israel, but if not, we can't. We can't live in Israel. We're just only here as workers, and we are not allowed to have a family.
So if you became pregnant, should you have to leave the country then, or
No, it's not. It's illegal to send us home while we're pregnant. But after that, there's a law that after you deliver the baby, you have to send the baby home, because if not, they would not renew the visa. There's a law that you have to show them the ticket or the exit permit of the baby before they have to renew your visa. Yeah, that's the thing.
I have a cousin. She gave birth for 2 babies, and the first baby after 6 months, they have to send her the baby in the Philippines, and then in order for her to continue to work, and the second baby is only a month, and then somebody going home for a vacation, and they send also the baby, and then she continues to work. Something like that.
That's not easy.
No.